Well, you probably know auto insurance covers damage to your car in an accident, but you also have to have a separate policy to cover any damage from your car. In this week's Know the Law segment, Tom Sinas is here to talk about property protection insurance and why this is so important.
And it's something that we never talk about. We talk on this segment frequently about no-fault benefits. And
Injuries.
That's right. Medical care, lost wages, those are the things that really matter the most, and so we think about them the most. Those are what are sometimes called PIP benefits. PIP is the acronym. Well, there's another set of benefits that is required under the same statute that gives you all those other no-fault benefits, and those are called PPI benefits. That's the acronym, PPI. And it covers damage to tangible property, okay? What this is designed to do is to create an insurance system for damage to property that results from a motor vehicle accident. Totally different than injuries to a person.
So if you slam into a building in a crash.
That's right, and sometimes these claims are huge, right? Let's say someone is on the highway and they cause an accident and it damages an overpass or it damages a bridge, right? You can have a massive amount of property damage that flows from a motor vehicle accident. So when we created the No Fault Act, we set up this separate system that made sure that people would buy this coverage that we call PPI that would kick in the event of property damage caused from a motor vehicle accident. Now, some of the same rules that apply to the other benefits apply here. It's got to be an automobile accident. You can't intend to destroy the property. If you do, there is no coverage. And what it's covering is damage to tangible property. Again, not people. And interestingly here, which is different than for your medical benefits, is that there is a monetary limit for this PPI coverage. It's $1 million. And so most people have a policy that gives them $1 million in PPI, which means if, heaven forbid, you do more than $1 million of damage to property in a motor vehicle accident, only $1 million is going to be covered by your no-fault insurer. There are some peculiar exclusions that people should be aware of. Don't be confused and think that this PPI coverage will cover damage to your vehicle. Okay, that is excluded from PPI. It's dealt with separately. And in Michigan, all you can recover from the other at-fault driver these days is $1,000. So it doesn't cover your own vehicle.
So will the state come after you if you, like you said, do some damage to the highway infrastructure? Will they come after you for that?
You know, there's no guarantee they won't. You'll have $1 million in coverage if you've got the maximum amount of PPI, but above and beyond that, it's one of the many good reasons to carry some excess liability or umbrella coverages.
Oh, the $1 million rider policy that you just umbrella.
That's right, and you know what's amazing? Those policies are actually pretty cheap. You can add those usually somewhere between $100 or $200 a year, and it's a good idea for a lot of reasons. The other thing about PPI is it doesn't cover damage to your own house. So if let's say you're coming home and you're driving your car in the garage and you gun it and when you mean to break it and you drive into your living room.
We've seen the commercial.
We've seen the commercial. Unfortunately, there's no PPI for that particular event. Okay? There's also some other weird exclusions, like it doesn't cover damage to utility lines. How do we measure the damages here? Well, essentially what we're looking for is what it would cost to either replace or repair the damaged property, and it's the lesser of the two, and of course it depends on any given case, but it's basically the same type of concept you would use if you were trying to make a claim through your homeowner's policy.
So always good to call your agent again and check and make sure that you have this coverage and that you're covered enough, and if not, look for that umbrella.
That's right. Make sure you've got your PIP, and make sure you've got your PPI, make sure you've got your liability, make sure you've got your uninsured, your underinsured, all the things we've talked about. Call your agent and make sure that you are fully covered, particularly this time of year when we're spending a lot of time in our cars.
And if somebody has a question about an accident they've been in or whether they're liable in a situation, you have the offices all over the state.
Yep, and they can call us in Grand Rapids at 616-301-3333. You can find us online at sinasdramis.com or shoot us an email at info@sinasdramis.com.
Tom, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Christian.